Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to redefine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Welcome. Hey, thanks, Joseph. Thanks, Joseph, for popping in. I appreciate you, sir. No worries. You're a busy man. So we hang out. We hang out a lot during the day. You just don't know it because I'm usually watching your 24-hour stream when it's up. So, thank you, sir. And for all of you out there, if you really need some mental medicine, please check out my good friend Joseph Clough over on YouTube. If you need to find out where that is, it's right here. When your unconscious mind is keeping you from achieving the success you desire in life. I need to quit while I'm ahead because this is the worst Joseph Clough impersonation ever. Apologies. No, you bet. Anytime. I am Grimskull, the super awesome pixel pushing samurai. Welcome to the stream. I am a graphic designer, motion graphic artist. I tinker with pixels and stuff, Full-time content creator, father, veteran, the list goes on. Thanks for joining me here on my channel tonight. I'm going to go over the essential graphics panel in Premiere. Recently, a friend of mine was editing a video, and it turned out really good. But obviously, he was a little frustrated because he doesn't use Premiere much, or often. And sometimes it can be confusing when you're using these programs and you don't know what's what or how to do things. So I'm just going to give a couple little tips here, go over the panel, kind of show what it is, what it does, what you can do with it. Now, when you're putting together a video, you want to put in like, titles and logos and, you want to put text on the screen. The Essential Graphics panel lets you do that. If you've ever used a vMix, like it's like the GT title designer, it is the mechanism as which you create your title. You can create your lower thirds, you can create full screens, all that kind of stuff with the Essential Graphics panel. One of the neat things about the Essential Graphics panel is if you have somebody, if you have somebody that uses After Effects, they can create for you lower thirds and graphics that you can then import through the Essential Graphics panel and then edit the text and all that stuff. They can set it up so that all you got to do is edit the text. Everything else taken care of. It gives the ability to separate the design and animation from the text, the editorial. But it is very confusing. It is kind of confusing at times. And I'll just want to show you some of the quick points, some of the highlights, some of the stuff that is in it so that when you use it next time, you know where everything is. Hello, my friend Starbucks. Everybody's like, why are you drinking Starbucks so late at night? Because, or out of the can, it says supports focus. And I'm dodging that squirrel. Good evening, Michelle. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody is having a good evening. Okay, let's look at the Essential Graphics panel, and I think maybe we will switch up some music. There we go. I'm going to go over to my duo screen. So I got Premiere up here. Let's switch real quick. So I have my Essential Graphics panel up in the corner of one of my screens, and I'm gonna let's drag it down a little bit and drag it over a little bit more so it's nice and big. Now when you pull it up, it may not look exactly like this when you pull up your Essential Graphics panel, but you're definitely going to have, the My Templates and the Adobe stock. Basically, My Templates, those are all the ones that are local on your computer. And then you're going to see a kind of like the media browser, which I have open next to it. It's going to show you all the different graphics that are currently available. That you can use. From lower thirds, there's scoreboards, there's logo, looping backgrounds, there's some credits, some basic lower thirds, all this sort of stuff. And these are Mogerts, and you can get these from a lot of different places on the internet. That they sell them in packs. If you need a specific look and feel, you can find it out there. Or you can go to Adobe Stock if you are a subscriber to Adobe Stock. They have those there. I have Envato Elements, and they also have a ton of stuff to download, including Mogerts and stuff you can pull into Essential Graphics. But I am a graphic designer, graphic artist, and so I like designing my own. Now, the two things you're gonna really worry about right now are browse and edit. Edit is where you're going to spend most of your time once you get your titles in, because that's going to give you all the different variables and properties to edit. Now, I have some video here, just some video clips put together. Nothing major. We're gonna take this first video clip here, and I want 3 words. Or what the time is now. 4 words. The time is now. Let's use the time is now. So you can start a few ways. I can go down to my I do want to learn better titles, like for lyrics on screen for the song. Yes. We're going to use you can use the type tool. You press on the T, the type tool in the toolbar, and then you can type anywhere on the screen. Once you do that in your Essential Graphics panel, it's going to show you a T with an I by it, and then all the properties associated with that text box. That's one way to start it. Another way to start it is with the empty edit panel. You can go over to the little page, new layer icon, click on that and click on text. And then it will give you a text box with the text in it. Now, there's this pen where you can have it responsive to the video frame. I don't usually mess with that. I use sorry, there's a rumbling going. Okay, sorry. Folks running through the house. All right. I use the Align Transform tools, and I'll center it vertical, center it horizontal. You can use the Align tools for top, middle, top, bottom, middle, left, right. All right, I think doors have stopped slamming now. So like I said, you can use the Align tools to align it top, left, middle. You can also use this the double X or the plus sign with the arrows. That's the position tool, and you can scrub it left and right. sometimes it's a little, you know, it takes its time doing it because it's needing to update. I'm going to set my my quality to 1/4. That lets you move it, you know, in the horizontal and the vertical positions anywhere on screen. If you have multiple text layers, like what I'm about to do, first, you can, when you select them, you can distribute them evenly. You can set the scale, the rotation, the opacity. All of this is done within the first align and transform. You can create styles for the text, like, you know, if you want a certain color, you want a certain stroke, weight, and color for that. You can, once you set all this, you can go here and create a new style and save that. So next time you go back to it, you'll have it. The next box is the text box, and that's where you're going to set your typeface. So anything you have on your computer, you should be able to choose from here. Sorry, again, I got people walking through the house, slamming doors. Okay, sorry about that. I think everybody is finally done banging around downstairs. Nothing like a home studio. All right. So we've got we have our text layer. Here on our video, and we're using the Essential Graphics panel, and you can choose the text from the text box. Anything that's on your local computer that's available, you should be able to choose which one. I am going to let's see, let's choose my NICU Sans, which is my font that I like. So you want to double click on it, select it, make sure it's selected. NICU Sans. There we go. I'm going to center that. And I'm going to say, let's see, there are 3 words that we want. Let's see, now is the time, right? So now, and I'm going to scroll up in my Essentials graphics panel, and I can select it, right click on it, and duplicate it. That way I don't have to recreate it. I'm going to choose the top layer, and I'm going to use the position tool and slide that over a little bit. I'm going to double click that second layer and say now is, right? And then I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to use my position tool, and I'm going to move it to the right. And I'm going to drag it down because I like to keep mine in order. So this is like layer. If you ever use Photoshop or any other program that has layers, you can drag these up and down. I like going from top to bottom, making sure to stay organized. I'm going to double click is, and now is the, and one more time to duplicate it. I'm going to drag it down to the bottom, double click it and say time, and then I'm going to move it over to the right. I'm going to make sure leave a little space in there so they don't crowd each other. So now we got this line of text. Now I'm going to bring up the main panel. Now look, all of these, even though there are separate lines of text over here, it created a single graphic file on in one layer. So even though it has multiple elements, it's in one file. Now, not only can you add text, but you can add vertical text, rectangles, ellipses, polygons, or logos, or any other file you want, you know, or graphics files. I am just going to go grab one of my logos. I think I just want the pink one. I'm going to grab the pink one. Boom. And now that's added it to my list. I'm going to double click on that and rename it logo. I'm going to drag it down to the bottom. Now it's really big. So along with the text, you're going to have properties that you can use, right? I'm going to go to this little scale. And I'm going to, sometimes you got to click on it just right. I'm going to drag it and scale it down. Now, you could also select the selection tool and then use the the handles to do that. You can also move it with the selection tool. Same thing with any of the text. You can either use the selection tool or the numbers. Now, any of these can also be animated, but what we're going to do right now is just have the text kind of come on one at a time. You can also hide or show layers in case you have a lot of layers on there. But I am going to click on this now layer. I'm going to click on the little icons. I don't know if you can see it, but probably not. Let me switch. In the Essential Graphics panel, when you roll over any of these, it lights up. And basically, if you click on it, it will create a keyframe. And you can see these keyframes if you go over to the effects control, which is usually yeah, you may have to zoom in. You can click on the effects control. And if you don't see the effects control, just go to window and click on effects control, and that should bring it up. All right, I'm gonna focus on that screen. So I've set a keyframe for opacity. But I'm going to delete that keyframe. I don't want that keyframe right now. I go to text now, down to the stopwatch. I'm going to click off that. It's going to delete it because I want to go to the start of my timeline. And with the now selected, I'm going to again hit the opacity keyframe, go back to my effects control panel, open that up. Sometimes it's hard to see, but it's right there at the very beginning. I'm going to drag it out just a bit to about 5 seconds. Now, right now I've got that opacity set to 100. I'm going to move forward like one frame. And there's a little button between these two arrows that's add remove keyframe. I'm going to add a keyframe. I'm going to leave that one at 100, but I'm going to go back one to this other keyframe and select it, make it blue. I'm going to turn that to 0 and hit enter. So now the word now is invisible, but as I scrub my timeline, it becomes visible. Now, so I'm going to go through each one of these and do the same thing with the now, like I did with the now. So I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to now, and I'm going to go forward a few frames. I'm going to click on is. I'm going to hit the toggle animation there. I'm going to twirl down. So I'm going to twirl up the now. And then you see my keyframe here for the word is. I'm going to move forward one, leave the, and I'm going to place another keyframe. 0. Select on the. I'm going to move forward. And this time I'm going to, in the effects control panel, I'm going to scroll down to the, and then I'm going to click the stopwatch by opacity. You can then move that keyframe forward 1 frame and leave your playhead there, and then click on the add keyframe. And we're just going to keep going down the list. Now is the time. I'm going to move forward some. Click the stopwatch for the opacity. Move that keyframe forward, and then without adding a keyframe, if I change a variable, if you change a variable, it will add that keyframe. So now if we go back, it may be a little fast, but we'll see how it goes. That didn't do anything, did it? That didn't do a darn thing. They all just said, no, we'll just come on. Well, let's see. Let's make sure our opacity for everything is not affected. And that's exactly what I did, right? That's exactly what I did. Here's where I made the mistake, because not only do you have all these options for each of those elements, but you have for the video layer as well. And right here in the video layer, instead of setting it for that last word time, I set it for the whole video. So we'll go back to here, and we'll let's just turn off this stopwatch. All right, so what we want to do is make sure that we select time. Did you guys see that? Here, let me go. Let me switch to a screen that you can see that. So you have opacity for the video itself. And that's what I set that last one on. So what I need to do is make sure my time indicator is over the 100%. We're going to turn that stopwatch off. It's going to delete those keyframes. Yes, you probably can't. Yes. You can, let's see, we'll click, drag, select. We will X and go to time and make sure we are on time and not down in video. Right here, the opacity here. And Control V. That just pasted it right back into into the opacity there. So I'm going to go ahead, go to opacity on time, click the stopwatch, drag it forward a frame, and then set the opacity to 0, which creates a new keyframe. So that should be right up there with those. And they're all kind of spaced out, kind of weird. So what we can do is let's go to the is text. I'm going to select those and I'm going to move them down a bit. Let's twirl that back up. We'll go down to the next set and we're going to twirl those over. We may have to go back and kind of do some, you know, realignment just so that everything pops in, you know, consistently. So now let's look at that. There you go. Now is the time. You would think that would work, though. You would think that would work, Trail. Now is the time. Now is the time. That goes really fast. It goes really fast. So I'm going to go back in. I wish you, I don't know if you can. Let's try this. Nope. It's probably going to be very hard to do. Yeah. Now I'm going to move that a little bit out there. This is what After Effects is made for. Let's see how that works. I like that better. Yes, you could do that. You could do that. Another way of doing this is basically you could create these in different layers to do that too. Oh, it's Beyond 280. What's up, man? I don't know how to take that trail. I don't know how to take that. I mean, you know, you're a competent dude. We're the kind of guys that like to tinker with stuff, so we get that stuff eventually. Hey, and the only reason I know as much as I know about After Effects is because I've been using it for a long time. So, okay. So we got our text that kind of comes in. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now, if you want to get really fancy, if you have narration or music, you could time this animation to, the music. You can time it to, if you have somebody narrating it saying now is the time. You can go in and, set all of these to, I know. You could set all of these to kind of coordinate with your music. We can go in with our logo. Now, we have our logo. And I want that to kind of do a slow push to about there. So it is at the size I want it to be. So I'm going to select it over in my Essential Graphics panel. I kind of want to rotate it a bit, so I'm going to, do a little rotation. I always like my logo kind of rotated a little bit. I am then, with my time indicator on my timeline where it's at, I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm going to hit the toggle animation for scale over in that Essential Graphics panel. And then I am going to move my timeline back to the beginning. I'm going to go back over to my effects control, open that up. Now, the scale for logo. Oops, I was where I needed to be. The scale for logo, you see the stopwatch is blue. That means there's a keyframe. I'm going to zoom my timeline out. There's also some rotation. So here's my out point. I set an out point, and here is my scale. And with it at the beginning, I'm going to take that down to 2. I don't want it disappeared, but I want it smaller. So let's see how that looks. So that's kind of small. So I'm gonna let's preview it and see how it looks. Let me click off it. So loop. Let's loop that. Cool. Very simple animation. Nothing fancy here because we are just trying to go through how to use the Essential Graphics panel. It's a very versatile tool. I'm going to go back to my text. Let's say maybe we want that text to be a different color. You can double click on it within the program window. Go back to your Essential Graphics panel. You have appearance, and you can select a different color for it. You can use hex decimal numbers. I'm going to use the eyedropper and select my logo color. You can add a shadow. I'm going to kind of get close to my color that I use. I'm going to turn that shadow up. I'm going to take off the blur. And you can animate any of these keyframes. I believe you can go over to here and animate. Yeah. You can animate pretty much. No, you can't animate the shadow. I apologize. You cannot animate the shadow that I can see. You can animate the opacity. Maybe. Nope, you can't. You cannot animate appearance. Okay. Sorry, folks. You can't. That sucks. See you, Michelle. scammed. Yeah, right. But you know, the rotation, the opacity, anchor point, all that other stuff, you can animate within. You know, but there are a lot of effects that you can add to stuff that is from the effects panel also. Video transitions, you know, that'll add transitions to your scenes. And let's go back and look at that again with the text, the new text. Ooh, I think I accidentally hit yeah, time. There we go. It is time. We need an exclamation point. There we go. Oh, not a one. There we go. You want to cooperate. Now is the time. Anything else I can show in the essential graphics panel? This is basically the basics of it. Basically, you can add text, graphics. You can create your own lower thirds with polygons, rectangles, and ellipses. You know, say we want like a stroke to come out, or a kind of an underscore. We can create a shape, and we're going to call that underline. I'm going to drag that to the bottom because, of course, I like that to be, you know, uniform. So with rectangles, you can then, once again, you can drag it in to whatever size you need. You can put these in numerically if you need to. I'm going to drag this out to here and here and drag that up to the bottom. And then we're going to drag this down so we got a little. And then I'm going to give it a kind of a blue fill, like my shadow color. Now, I'm going to set the anchor point on this bad boy. If you double click on it, let's see. We want to, what do we call that? Line or underline? Underline. Let's make it all caps. Underline. So when you double click on it, you're going to see a little target come up. If you take your pointer, your selection tool, and hover and scroll over till you get the 4 arrows, you can drag that. I am going to zoom in on it, double click it again, and I'm going to go up to 200. Nope, not. I'm going to go 25. Nope, nope. 400. There we go. Oh my God, that was good. Oh. And then I'm gonna kind of eyeball it here. You can also in the panel next to the position is the anchor point numerical. selection. I am just going to kind of eyeball it here. There we go. Now that anchor point, whenever you do a scale, that's where it's going to scale from. So I'm going to go down to the scale row here, and I'm going to deselect set scale lock. Because what that does is gives me it should. Yeah. It's going to give me a vertical and horizontal scale. And right now, I'm just worried about a horizontal because I want that to grow from under now all the way to time. So right now, I'm going to set it to where I want it to be, which I believe was 100, right? 100. I'm going to go back to my effects control panel. I'm going to find underline. I'm going to twirl that down. And there under scale. Whoop, no, that's not it. That's underline right here. We're going to go down to scale. Vertical scale, horizontal scale. And we're going to click the stopwatch by horizontal scale. That's created a keyframe. I'm going to go back to like the beginning. And I'm going to set that horizontal scale to 0. Not 9, 0. So now it should grow as our words come in. There you go. I'm going to set that to full so you guys can now is the time. It's kind of hard to see because it's blue, so we could turn it to white if we need to, but so hopefully that gave you a little better understanding of what everything does in the Essential Graphics panel. It's a pretty decent tool to use to do some good titles, effects, and you could knowing how to use the rectangles and the anchor points and how to scale them, you can actually go in and create some, simple animated lower thirds easily. That way you're not just putting, plain text on the screen. You could spice it up a bit, add some colored drop shadows, change the color of the text, and keep it all within one layer. That's the thing. You don't have 5 gazillion layers of elements there. It just keeps it all on one layer. So thanks for joining me for that video. So anybody got any questions? How was everybody's weekend? We survived Monday. Follow my friend Drail over on Twitter. Trail Zero is a fellow editor. Can you? I don't think so, but I haven't got that advanced with it. Like a standard text file. Let's see. Let's try. I've got a great vacation. They are off for 2 weeks. Well, they're off. They were off. Yeah, they're off this week for vacation, and then next week they are still going to be out and about, but they're going to try to put up some videos of being on location. Let me find this. It's funny you say credits because that is exactly because I do credits for David Foster Media and Overlanding, and it's part of their videos, and I use a Google Sheet. That's not the right place. That's not the right one. I use credit, and so I was going to grab some credits and do exactly what you're thinking. Did I put those in an Excel file? Yeah. Hey, what's up? July's around the corner. I did put those in. All right. I'm going to copy these over to you quickly to a credits file. All right. Come on. Shh. Quiet, Punky. Punky, no. Punky's getting riled up because of the, yeah. There we go. Fix a couple things in here. All right. So if I copy these, I have a text file open. I'm going to paste those into a text file, save as credits, right? All right, so I now have a credits file on my desktop. I'm going to Premiere. And we're just going to say in, out. Vertical text. No. Text. I'm going to center it. I'm actually going to center the text itself so that, center that. Actually, okay, we're going to go from file. So I'm going to say from file desktop. It does not see my text file. So let's go to text. There we go. Credits, open. One or more files you select does not contain images or videos. So my computer has decided it does not want to respond. As what usually happens when we broke it. We broke it. All right. It said, screw you. As you can see, my video is not showing anymore. So I'll have to restart. I'll save this and restart Premiere. First, though, there's this new text window, but I don't think it It does not have a way, I think, to import. You can check spelling and all that stuff. You can transcribe stuff. You can create a caption track. You can import caption files. But it as of now, there is not a way to import or like attach to a text file or something like that. Well, what I usually do is I'll get my credits kind of all sorted out in an Excel file. And once I have them all sorted, I then just create a text block in Premiere in the essential graphics, and then paste them as different elements. Cancel. Like we were going to in, out, go over to edit on my essential graphics. I'm gonna place a new text layer. Just move that up here. Again, I'm gonna center it. I'm gonna make sure the text itself is centered in the text, and then center it to the layer. Helvetica. I like Helvetica. Bold, condensed, but not oblique. Even that's a little much. So let's go back to medium condensed. That's a little better. I can then go to my text file or my Excel file. I'll select all the names, Control C, go back to this text layer. I'll then paste it. I'm going to select everything and then just get the font size down a bit. I'm going to tighten them up by adjusting the line spacing. Right. I'm going to move it off screen. There's a way to do the credit scroll. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. Okay. Responsive design. Oops, no. Or was that? I do not show text in panel. I do not see the responsive design. Why? Did they change that? There it is. I don't know why I didn't see that before. So you click on vector motion over in the essential graphics, and then it'll come up. And then you click on roll, start off screen, end off screen. Boom. That's only 5 seconds. We can make it longer. So to recap, once you get your text in there, you select your text, deselect it, right? Deselect it, and then you'll have, because it's controlling the whole thing, because you could even put your logos in there too, right? You can go from file. Hell, I think we can even go back to our other essential graphics. Copy. Paste. Now our logo's in there, right? I'm going to put my logo at the bottom. I think we'll need to make sure that our opacity and everything is set for our logo is, or our scale. Yeah, we're going to turn that keyframe off. Hopefully, yeah, I'm doing it for the right thing. Is it at the beginning? Yeah, see, it's at the big. There's the logo, right? I don't want it at the beginning, maybe. I want it at the bottom. So a little bit too far. Now, what you want to do, Drail, I think there's a little bit, it's a little tricky. I'm trying to think of how to do it in my head. You're going to need 2 layers. You're going to need 2 layers. So I'm going to maybe duplicate that layer. But it's only one of them's doing the scroll though. Nope, there they go. They're both going. They're both going, right? So what's going to happen if I go to my top layer, which is, I want that to be the text, and I delete the logo out of the top layer. Yeah, it moved it down a bit. But they're going the same speed. So that's good. We want them to go the same speed. So then I'm going to go to my bottom layer and I'm going to delete the text. Right? So I've deleted the text. One of the problems we're having is easing in and easing. Ease in, ease out. I think like right here. Let's go to that top layer or the bottom layer, which has my logo. I'm gonna click on my logo. I'm gonna move it down some more. Come on, give me the logo. Oh, okay, move it. Yeah, it's not moving it. I don't know why. That is weird. Yeah. This may, let's see, maybe end. We want it to end. We don't want it to end off screen, right? We want it to end. That is way down at the bottom. I want that logo to be up, right? Why is it not letting me do that? Okay, the anchor point's moving. Can we move the anchor point? So left, right. Yeah, that's something to figure out. Frame hold the end of the clip to, is it? Yes. Or we do this, right? We don't use the roll for the logo, right? We don't use the roll for the logo. But let's say right about here, the logo. So we're gonna select the logo. Oops, we're going to scroll it down just off screen. I'm going to set the position in the effects control. Right about there. I am then going to, you know, and this is kind of ghetto. About there and stop, right? Let's see. Oh, what happened? Where did my... All right, there's that one. X, Y. Where'd you go? There we go. All right, there we go. Come on. Get up there. About there, right? There you go. There you go, baby. Purdy. Oops, I kind of screwed that up. Screwed the pooch. We just want to drag out the logo frame to hold it.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
We had a little celebration there because we figured that out. There you go. There you go, Drail. Oh, I just spilled my coffee. Got a little excited. It's just a little dribble. Just a little dribble. What? You saw my squirrel? Yeah, it's on Envato Elements. The squirrel. So I'm sure hundreds, if not thousands of people have it. Cool beans. All right. That was fun figuring that out. I watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness finally. Interesting. And oh my God, who's watching The Boys? Who is watching The Boys? Okay, well, you can pass on Kenobi. Or Obi-Wan, or whatever the hell they're calling that series. What else? I don't know. I don't know. Hey! Do me a favor, give the video a like. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. And remember, after, let's see, what is today? Today is, I think tomorrow I'll be setting up my other channel for the gaming. So that on Saturday, so that way Thursday I can tell everybody where to go. Give you the link to the new the Grim Gaming channel. I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. Grumpy Gamer, Grim Gamer Grim. Grumpy, the Grumpy Game. I don't know. I don't know. Game time with Grim. I don't know. But so that I can separate the channels, you know, the content, the gaming stuff needs to have its own channel, and it's more of a hobby than anything. It's not a channel I'm gonna, like, you know, be focusing on as my channel that is the main content. This channel is the main content. So, you know, stay here for all your graphic design, your video editing tips and tricks, and, you know, like the stuff we just did. We just figured something out for Drail there, and that was fun. Be sure to check out Drail. I got to fix my this stuff is still broke. I don't know what happened. I'd say follow me on Action URL, but it's not where you can follow me at all. Well, that's kind of it. That's kind of what I wanted to do tonight. I wanted to I'm gonna edit this video here later and get it to my friend, so or I'll post it and then send him the link, so that he has a better understanding of what the Essential Graphics panel can do, where things are at, how it works. I know it's very frustrating when, you know, you want to do something in a program and it's like, you know, it looks all like it's in an alien language. In an alien language. So I want to thank everybody for coming to hang out with me, and hope you got something out of this. And I will be back Thursday for another stream. Maybe we'll go over some more graphic titling stuff in Premiere, or I might do some more vMix GT Title Designer. I've been doing a lot in GT Title Designer for this upcoming production upgrade for the Redacted. Redacted is on vacation, so all right, folks. It's getting to the end of June. Luckily, today was a nice day. Hopefully, tomorrow will be a decent day too, where it's not too humid. Go out and enjoy it. Have fun at work tomorrow, and I will catch you Thursday. Peace.